regardless of the habits, customs, moral codes, etc. that you speak of, you'll agree that according to the good book, all men are created equal. Thus it should be now as in the beginning. Integration is simply the way back to the right and normal way of life.
There's an older and higher law than even the Supreme Court. The law that parents have the right to protect their children from harm. The white people of the South are trying to protect their children from the immorality, the disease and lack of refinement, and the ugliness that is so prevalent in the Negro race.
A Negro does my cooking and takes care of my children. And if we are so afraid that our children will be maladjusted due to school contact, then there's a problem with the way you've been raising your children.
Integration in the white community is like a polio victim learning to walk. He has to dig deep inside to find abilities that he never knew existed.
One can almost hear the long-ago rumble of gunfire at Fort Sumter in South Carolina. It's interesting to speculate as to whether or not the Supreme Court still would have ruled to integrate the public schools if the Chief Justice would have been white, which is really the only way you can understand the racial problem confronting the South today.
I cannot afford to hate. It is too costly to me. I have 5 children. I cannot allow them to come to the place of justice thinking that they let their father teach them to hate.
On school segregation, what a shame that the white race has fallen to such an extent that we no longer control our own individual likes and dislikes. Personally, I have no problem with the colored race, or any other for that matter. But if I choose to educate my children, or put them through dance classes, or any other profession without the presence of Negroes, Eskimos, or what have you, then that is my privilege.
It's now 1968, over a decade after the decision of Brown, and the Supreme Court still struggles to achieve integration.
Order! The case of Green versus New County School Board of New Kent is now in session. Chief Justice Horen now presiding.
14 years ago, the Supreme Court ruled in Brown versus Board of Education that separate facilities for educating white and black children could never be equal. At the time, states were told to integrate their schools, but without a set time frame for doing so. Since then, few districts have achieved true integration. In the case of Green versus the County School Board of New Kent, it has been decided that states must submit plans to integrate schools and create greater equality in education immediately. Further foot dragging will not be tolerated.
Well, court cases can't change everything. Even after 1960, when Virginia Governor Ahmed declared an end to massive resistance, the real work behind integration needed to be done, but by the children themselves.
Sam, you know if you keep walking, you're going to walk right into that girl, right?
I know, but I'm just sick of moving. This is my school too.
Look at that girl, walking as if she owns this place. Who does she think she is? Jeez, watch where you're going.
What did you say to me?
I said, watch where you're going.
I'll go wherever I want.
Oh, really?
Come on, Joanne, it's not even worth it. Don't even waste your time on it.
That girl better watch. Sam, why do you have to be so hard-headed? You could have just moved over a little.
It's just not the point.
School board meeting, August 1971. Tensions are rising on the banners of busing.